Alright guys, Fula come to you with another video. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are finding different ways to prosper. I hope y'all are, looking for every opportunity in any given situation you're in, especially this sensitive situations we're in right now. So I just wanted to talk some boxing, man. I was debating on whether to talk about it or not, but I really just got to talk about the way Terence Crawford is moving, man. Because at the end of the day, the guy that you pretty much have puppy dog eyes for in fighting is occupied right now, okay? And it makes no use of you just sitting idly behind, waiting for him to not be occupied and waiting for him to say, okay, finally it's time to fight you, okay? That makes no sense. But if I was a betting man, or if I was just a guy looking in, it looks to be that's the case in which he's doing. He's just doing that. He's just pretty much waiting for Earl Spence to say, okay, let's rock and roll. Because the thing is this. I said it before and I'll say it again. Being undisputed in any weight class is quite impressive. But if you're just harboring and holding on to that only without showing improving in another weight class, then basically in essence you're living off the past. And that's why I think that ESPN is doing with this so-called pound for pound numero uno ranking when it comes to Terence Crawford, okay? Let's just rewind, okay? He fought Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao, but we know how he beat Manny Pacquiao mostly. It was a rough and tough and tumble fight, okay? But in essence, that dude had two left feet, all right, when it comes to Jeff Horn. Okay, after that, he fights, what's his name? Jose Benavidez. What was wrong with Jose Benavidez? He practically had a wooden leg, okay? He got shot in the kneecap. And in fact, you can tell during the fight that it was bothering him, okay? Now, another thing about that fight is that, again, it shows you kind of like this big myth and legend about Terence Crawford that does not really exist, okay? In that fight, he was getting touched up a lot by a guy with one leg, in essence, okay? I remember that fight. He was getting caught on the counter and everything else like that. All right, and here's a guy with one leg who you would think would be at a bigger disadvantage than you made him to look to be, okay? Then comes Amir Khan, I believe. Fights Amir Khan. Who did Amir Khan get stopped by? He got stopped by Danny Garcia. He got knocked out by Canelo. Was definitely afraid to fight Kell Brook, okay? So, with that being said, you then go on to fight the Mean Machine guy, all right, who I've never heard of and who I forgot even the pronunciation of his name, okay? You fight him, all right. A lot of people said you got knocked down in that fight, but they didn't rule it a knockdown. But you fight him, okay, you get the stoppage or whatever the case may be. Other dudes are calling you out, but yet your sights are still fixed on one dude. And it's like, give me a damn break, dude. It's like, I'm sorry to say it, but at this point when it comes to him, when it comes to Terence Crawford, it's like a fatal attraction, okay? It's very fatal. All right, but here's another thing about what I think is really going on is that Bob Arum just wants to cash this dude out, okay? That's why I feel that, Bob Arum, I truly believe this. I truly believe that Bob Arum, along with Terence Crawford, want to cash out because they know, and I'm not saying that Errol Spence will win the fight. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, when I do the measuring test, looking at the length and looking at the size of Errol Spence, I think that would win the fight. Okay, me personally. Plus the abilities, the technical abilities of Errol Spence. And sure, the technical abilities of Errol Spence may not be flashy. They may not have that many special effects, but they still are effective and they still are there. So, in my opinion, man, I really think Bob Arum is just trying to cast this dude out, because he probably figures that, oh, if he does lose, let it be to the best welterweight in the world. Because, the thing is that Ugas would have fought him, but lowballed offer. Keith Thurman is now calling him out, but there's a narrative saying that Keith Thurman asked for $10 million, which I kind of have a hard time to believe that he asked for that price. Terence Crawford responded back saying, "I'll beat you up at any time," but we know that's not the case. The fact of the matter is that Bud Crawford, he also said that, Sean Porter, that they shouldn't fight at this time either. The thing is about Bud Crawford is the simple fact that, everything is pretty much, catered towards him. And the way I look at it is that he can talk about all the big fights he wants. He can talk about that, there's no such thing as the side of the street. But until his promoter acts in that certain manner, it really won't matter what he says. It didn't even matter when he said that one time, I think it was Joe Rogan interview, and he said, "Stop having your panties in a bunch and sign the contract." And it's like, man, shut your ass up, bro. It's like no contract was sent. You just are talking out of your ass, and it's really ridiculous at this point. The bottom line is this: the welterweights, the elite welterweights, I'm talking about the elite welterweights, or the welterweights who are climbing or scratching the surface of the elite. Okay? They're nothing like what Terence Crawford has faced. They're bigger, they're longer, they're stronger, they're faster, they're more ring savvy. Okay? He's never faced anybody like that. If you want to consider like Yurokis Gamboa, you have to understand that he was, damn near retired already. You know what I mean? And so it's just at this point a joke to me. I really think that, in my personal opinion, that Bob Arum wants to cast Terence Crawford out. That's why he's waiting for the perfect opportunity to cash him out. And that opportunity lies with Spence, but Spence is not biting the bait, and I'm happy for him. And to say that something like that, for example, like, you can't expect a man who's been in an accident to automatically come back and what was I gonna say? You can't expect a man who's been in an accident, right, that affected a lot of things. You can't expect him to come to the head honcho, okay, of the division. He's gonna need some time to get his feet together, okay? But apparently Terence Crawford doesn't really believe in time, because I'm gonna tell you something else. When Errol Spence fought Sean Porter, that's another thing that we need to talk about. He said now's not a good time to fight when Team Porter reached out to him, okay? So I don't know how true these claims are, but I do know that, looking at how he's moving right now and how he's talking about he only wants belts and stuff like that, it's pretty dumb, and I have no sympathy for anything he endures in doing what he's doing right now. You know, I really don't at this point, you know, because it's just annoying, you know. You're talking about how you want all the belts, but you're also talking about fighting Kell Brook, who has no belt. Which one is it? But I am done with this video. I just wanted to talk about this whole situation, and I'm out. Njara.